Oh, hello, hello. Hey guys, Omar here. I just picked up my first Apple Watch, a Series 5 Apple Watch, and in this video, let's look at it and I'll explain to you why I picked it up. Okay, first of all, this video is sponsored by no one. So if you want to hit that like button, thanks. Now, although this is my first Apple Watch, I actually had an old smartwatch and I got rid of it because it was a Moto X or like a Moto, I'll put it here, I don't remember what it is, but it was a smartwatch that was round, it was very pretty, but I found it very annoying and distracting to keep getting notifications. So for sanity's sake, I got rid of it. And the other reason I never picked one up is because I'm always wearing a mechanical watch like this one. This is a Seiko watch. I'm kind of a fan of seeing all the workings and the gears, and I see an Apple Watch kind of as being disposable. I find it strange that, you know, it's a watch that may only last a couple of years. So that was a turn off for me. So I should probably take this watch off. And that brings me to the real reason I got this watch is health. Now, I have a heart rate monitor for my cycling. I actually cycle with a Garmin heart rate monitor, but I only know my heart rates while I'm working out. So one of the things I wanted to do, and the main reason I got an Apple Watch, was to track my heart. And the reason I've been hesitant too to pick up an earlier version, like the version 3 or the version 4, is I've been waiting for an always on display. I never really liked that the Apple Watches were blank all the time. Let's unbox it. I picked up the Nike version of the watch because I'm going to be working out like a beast. Now, one thing you get with the Nike version that you don't get with the regular version is you get a couple of more watch faces, and they're pretty much the same price. So you get a sportier band. Here's the sportier band you get with the Nike version. All right, they put it in a nice little felt pouch. That's cool. Let's take it out there. There's the watch. And over here you get your paperwork. Pluck them and file them. We got a little charger there. Put in the band, hear a little click. There's a little button there. So you can press and slide this guy out. Okay, so I hooked it up to a charger because it was dying. This is how we set it up. It says start pairing. You just automatically goes to the phone. And then here you get a little something or weird nebula. Oh, it's already paired. Oh my gosh, that was so easy. Let's set up our Apple Watch. Now, after you put some of your information, it asks you for your move goal. So one of the cool things about we've been in quarantine, sitting at the computer, the watch will remind you to move, and you'll have like a daily goal to get you moving, get you walking. And so that I found very attractive. So it set a daily goal. How activity, let's do moderate, 670 calories. Now I do cycle just about every other day, so hopefully I can hit this goal easily. Something else that's interesting about the watch, this now has fall detection. So if you take a bad spill or a bad fall, the watch will actually call emergency services, which I found really interesting. All right, the watch is syncing. It's putting apps on there. I'm going to download some apps, maybe do some cycling, walk around, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about, I'm not doing all that now. Okay, that was fun. All right, so let me share my thoughts with you guys after using it for about a day or so. It's awesome. That's number one. I want to use all the watch faces, and you can actually customize each of the complications that you see. A complication on a watch is just any kind of other information that you see. So on one hand, it's great. You can customize the watch exactly to cater to your needs. But on the other hand, it's just so overwhelming that you get FOMO, fear of missing out, like which is the right Apple Watch face, and is there too much information or not enough? So it's good to have a lot of choices, and I'm finding some of my favorites as I use the watch more. 2, the default app view is very cool to find your apps. I feel it would probably work if you didn't have too many apps. I decided to default to the list view of the app. You can do this by pressing down firmly and then just changing it to list view. Now you can scroll with the actual watch using your finger, but I find that I'm using the crown to go through a little quicker. It seems quicker than doing this. You're just like, 3, it's a really good motivator. You know, it's kind of like you have your own little coach, and that's why I purchased it. I have my own little coach on my wrist. It buzzed, and it's like, get up, idiot. So filling up the rings is an actual motivator. The first day I had the Apple Watch, I didn't fill the rings because I started using it midway and I just felt like a complete failure. And sometimes that's what some of us need. We need a reminder, hey, you haven't had 30 minutes of exercise, you haven't had your gym class today. And so I feel like I'm one of those people that it buzzed and it said get up. I went down the stairs, so I fulfilled my stand-up goal. Let me do one right now, actually. Now, one thing I did notice, the Apple Watch will track your heart rate, but actually it tries to, the Apple Watch does track your heart rate, but it doesn't do it in real time and it doesn't do it in a large display, which I found a little strange. So I actually downloaded an app called Heart Health. So what's cool is you can actually see your heart rate full screen. So when you're working out, you can get a sense of what your heart is doing. Now, if you use Strava to track your runs and your biking, you can actually have Strava on your watch and sync with Apple Health, which is cool. So you don't have to use Apple's cycling, workout, the green one. You can actually use your Strava and it'll count towards your green ring, because I ain't doing both of those. Oh yeah, you have to charge. I don't know if you knew this, but you have to charge the Apple Watch. It doesn't charge itself. Future Apple Watch uses your energy to charge. Light bulb. So like a dummy, I forgot to charge it. So used to having my mechanical watches that just go and have like a 2-day reserve. And they also, you never have to wind them because they wind themselves with the motion of your body. So like a dummy, I went to bed with it and it was dead in the morning. So I have to remember to charge it. Yeah. Now, if you are tracking your heart rate and you need to look down while you're working out, well, just know that your Apple Watch will default to, your watch face unless you tell it to stay on the watch or the heart rate app that's tracking you. So there is a setting that lets you dive in and say, hey, for about an hour, stay on the last app that I've been working with. If not, it'll default to this, the crown, sorry. See, I have it set to heart rate. It will default to the watch face and then you won't have your information at a glance. All right, so who should get it? Well, I think if you're like me, you need a little bit of a reminder, a little bit of motivation to get up and work out. And I know Strava has been great for me to go a little harder on a hill or to go a little faster to sort of better yourself. So I think the Apple Watch is just an extension of that. Little buzzes that remind me to get up, to get out, to work out. I think it's great. Now, should you get the Series 3, which is a lot cheaper, or the Series 5? Well, I prefer the Series 3 for that always-on display. I like glancing down without having to do this. But if you're okay with doing this, you could save a lot of money, and a lot of the features in the Series 3 are good enough, especially if you just need workout motivation. All right, hope that was helpful. I'll see you guys next time.